In October 2010, I was invited to a pick-up night at the Perth Jazz Society. The purpose of the night was to raise funds for Lions Save Sight. During the course of the night, it was suggested that we could do something similar in Manjimup. Between then and February 2012, we found a venue. We obtained permission from the council, invited a jazz band, and Jazz in the Jarrah was born. On the front lawn of the lovely Fern Hill farm, almost 100 patrons gathered with their picnics to listen to Blue Monk with the lovely Libby Hammer as their vocalist. Jan and Penny Endy, retired flying doctor pilot and nurse, flew down in their ageing Cessna loaded with RFDS memorabilia. And we held an auction to raise funds for the Royal Flying Doctor Service. February 2012. After a year of planning, we had a small amount of funding. From the Council, Southwest Development and Healthway, we received some $4,000. This allowed us to advertise more and to invite more bands. The Manjimup Jazz Ensemble and the Swing Shift Big Band from Perth. Several people had told me that they were unable to find the farm last year, so we inflated 40 balloons and strung them from trees and lampposts along the road. It worked. This time we had 150 patrons. Yours truly nearly didn't survive the night when patrons from last year discovered I hadn't invited Libby to return. Once again, we auctioned memorabilia to raise funds for the Royal Flying Doctor Service. 2013 and self-preservation won out. Libby returned with her quintet and performed to 170 happy patrons. That year funding was very scarce, with only limited money from the Shire Council. That paid for sponsored radio advertising and a banner. We pounded the streets of town, talked to business owners and friendly farmers to gain donations for the auction, with a professional auctioneer donating his time. We raised $1,500 for the Royal Flying Doctor. In 2014 we needed a new venue. We strung the banner on the edge of the highway, pointing to the Manjimup Timber and Heritage Park. This is a favourite spot of ours with its great kids' adventure playground and our Lions Club Memorial Garden. This year we had funding from Lottery West as well as the council. We were able to use our own local band again and 2 bands from Perth. The auction was no longer viable, so we had collection tins from the Flying Doctor. And in those alone we raised $1,100 for the team the locals call the Flapping Quacks. The Lottery West funding allowed us to return to the park on Sunday, where we ran the Lions train free of charge. That's Jazz presented a free workshop. The Gumnut Stompers performed at Moonya, our facility for the frail aged. And the Manjimup Jazz Ensemble performed a free concert in the park at lunchtime. In 2015 we offered gold tickets at twice the normal gate price. For that premium, patrons could avoid bringing their own picnic. Instead, they could sit at tables in the marquee and be served by our friends from Rotary. We sold 51 tickets in that area. The remaining 120 patrons preferred to bring their own. This time, with our own band, we also had Jake and the Mid Band, and Phil Hatton and the Manhattans. Again, we circulated through the crowd with collection tins, and this year raised $1,255.15. Lottery West and Southwest Development funding was again important in paying for the bands. And on Sunday, the lovely Lion Phil Hatton and the Manhattans once again performed for the residents at Moonya, an event they've come to look forward to. We have already started planning for next year. Please join us for another Jazz in the Jarrah on the 30th of January 2016.